world. That is obviously best. I know it's not possible, and especially you middle school teachers who may see 120, 150 kids during the day, you cannot possibly do this with every one of your families. But if you'd have any kind of homeroom or advisory structure, each of you in your advisory structure could perhaps do this. If there is any way to create an opportunity for face-to-face contacts, that's best. Just can you do a day where parents are notified that, hey, in this school, 2 days before school or whatever, you can come in and meet the teacher. I know that's not possible in some districts because you don't have enough time even to get your classrooms ready. If you can make phone contacts with families, that's a great second choice. And if you can't make phone contacts with everybody, if you can find out from previous year's teachers who your 3 or 4 toughest kids are likely to be, make contacts with those families. Because if you can call and say, hey, I'm going to be Jonas's 4th grade teacher. I just wanted to call and introduce myself because I'm really looking forward to having Jonas in class, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you as a family, and I want you to know that you can have access to me because I want to work with you as a partner. It just sets up that the first contact with you is not about a problem that takes place. If that's not an option, then at the very least have a letter that is going to go home with kids on the first day that introduces you to the families. And there is actually a sample of this in the book of an initial contact with families. You could use that as a model, change it in any way that you wish to, but just having some contact. Here's another possibility that may be viable for some of you and not for others. If the majority of your families have a DVD player at home, and that is a remarkably pervasive device even in low-income homes. They may not have computers, but DVDs are really pretty pervasive in the United States right now. One of the things that you could do is you and a partner could pair up, and each of you can even just do this if you don't have a fancy digital camera. You can just do it with probably a camera phone that has video capability. And just say, you and I are going to pair up. I'll film you first in your classroom, and you just take if I were a parent, you might do a little walking tour. This is my classroom. These are my goals. These are my guidelines for success. Here's the schedule that we're going to be running on. Tell a little bit about yourself. Just a 3, 4, 5 minute video that you then reproduce onto some DVDs. Just having the picture of who you are, and that you are very invitational and that you really care about kids. We've gotten some very good feedback from teachers who have tried that. And then we leave her classroom. She comes over and she holds the camera while I do the walking tour of mine. If your district doesn't have budget for you to reproduce DVDs for everybody, ask them, could we reproduce at least 4? And then I would give them to 4 kids. I would say, try to remember to bring them back, and then I would give them to a different 4 kids. But DVDs in bulk are really relatively cheap, and it's just a powerful way to create an initial connection.
Is this rolling?
Rolling.
Okay. I'm Kimberly Mendez, and I'd like to welcome you and your students to their 2nd grade classroom for this year. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to some of the goals that we have that we would like to accomplish this year. Classroom goals. Learn to work cooperatively in groups. Learn to listen and follow directions. Improve basic decoding and comprehension skills. Develop a love of books. I think that one's my personal favorite. I'm a big avid reader. Along with these goals, I want to show you my guidelines for success. These are traits all of the teachers here at Lincoln Elementary inspire students to achieve. Be responsible. Always try. Do your best. Cooperate with others. Treat everyone with respect. I think that last one is my favorite and probably one of the most important for 7-year-olds. In addition, there are some rules that we'll be covering in class. Come to school unless you are really ill. Follow directions the first time they are given. Stay on task during all work times. Keep hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Well, in addition to the work that we'll be doing on reading, writing, and math, we also have activity stations. Well, let me show you some of the activity stations. This is where your student will learn to get along with other children. This is the science station.
You also need to plan to create ongoing contact with your families as well. Some ongoing issues. I would encourage, if you truly are implementing CHAMPS, if you are school-wide throwing yourself into this stuff, or if you individually are going, yeah, this really will be my classroom management approach, I would encourage, not necessarily on the first day of school, but within a week or two, that you send home a little letter that describes your management plan. There is a sample of that also in this chapter, just a sample description of what a CHAMPS approach to classroom management would be, put in friendly, reasonably user-friendly terms. Do definitely invite folks to those regular events, the open houses, any performances, etc. And everybody who works with families know, if we can provide food at those events, you will get more people out. It's just human nature, but anything we can do. Certainly any kind of newsletter or newspaper that you produce. And those of you with kids 3rd grade and above, I would recommend that you have kids involved in helping you with the job of producing an every other week newsletter about Room 19. Fabulous way to engage kids in literacy issues that has a specific outcome. All of the parents will see this. And also occasionally use your class roster and rotate contacts. In other words, go, it's been a couple of months since I've contacted these families, so I just want to contact them. Hey, there's no problem. I just wanted to contact you. I just want to let you know it's a pleasure having your daughter in my class. Find out if you have any questions, any concerns, etc. So maintaining ongoing contacts, and especially making an effort right at the outset with kids who have had trouble in the past to say to parents, I am looking forward to having your child in my class, and I'm looking forward to working with you as a partner in your child's success.